So what is E3 2011 going to bring us in the way of rhythm games and beyond? We're going to talk about that, give you my thoughts on this E3 edition of Cena's Corner.
Cena's Corner.
Alright guys, what's going on? Alright, as we know, E3 2011 is upon us, and just because I am not at the show this year doesn't mean that that's going to stop anything from me giving you the news that you come to watch me for here on Cena's Corner. E3 kicks off officially on Tuesday, June the 7th, but as you may or may not already know, there's at least two press conferences that I am aware of right now that I will be attending from my house that will take place tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 9:30 my time will be the Microsoft video conference, or Microsoft conference, which will cover everything that is Xbox, Xbox Live, and beyond. And then at 2:30 my time, Ubisoft will be doing their press conference, which you should hear a little bit more at that time about the new game they're coming out with by the name of Rocksmith. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to let you guys know offhand, since some of you guys still complain about the length of my videos, that my E3 videos usually are never short. Sometimes because of the now time restriction I have again, they are shot in 2s and 3s, so you have to bear with me. Usually E3 has a lot of stuff to cover, from Microsoft to Sony to Ubisoft to whatever, that I got to get all that information pushed out to you. So let's begin. First of all, let's talk about what I think is going to happen this year in the rhythm gaming market, which is my niche. Well, let me get to you straight. First of all, I do not think you're going to see any mention of anything as far as Rock Band 4. I think Harmonix is very content on what they're doing right now. They're still making Uber's amount of money when it comes to DLC. They've been rolling out, in my opinion, some very good DLC content in the last several months. So I don't think they're going to mess with Rock Band 4 at this point. My prediction, you won't hear anything of a Rock Band 4 probably up until next year sometime. Maybe before that, but I'm betting next year. This time, E3, you might get some little leakage like they like to do in between that time, but I'm going to bet next year. Moving on to what I think we will see Harmonix way is I think we will see something coming out for Dance Central 2. They've been taking a lot of information from those of us who play the game that are consumers, and from those of us like myself who are whatever you want to call us, critics, reviewers, or whatever. And I think we're going to see that. I think in Dance Central 2, they're taking heed to a lot of things that we've put out there. I think we're going to probably see a tour mode or some type of a career mode. We're going to see better leadership boards, things of that nature. So I'm thinking that we should look forward to anything that is Dance Central 2 this year, coming from Harmonix. If there's anything else that comes out of Harmonix's camp, I think it'd be something in the way of they're going into the whole entire motion gaming side of things with Kinect. So I think we should look for something out of that. But as far as Rock Band 4 is concerned, I don't think we're going to see it. They're going to let that lie for like another year. Alright, so my thoughts on what I think Rocksmith is going to do. I haven't played the game. I've only seen what you guys have seen because they've been keeping screens very under wraps. If I had to give a judgment off of what I've read and what I know and what they're trying to do, I don't think that Rocksmith is going to be a huge success. I could be wrong. I can't wait till the Ubisoft conference tomorrow at 2:30. Maybe we get to see more of that. But at this point, because of the fact that Harmonix has come out with Rock Band 3 and they've incorporated how to learn and how to play a guitar, I just don't know if this is going to catch on. In my opinion, if it is to catch on and if people will give it a shot, then the first thing they got to do is come on and make that price point lower than what you can buy the Fender for. Maybe even the Mustang. So I'm looking at a price tag between 80 and 100 bucks if they want this thing to succeed. Because right now the guitar from Mad Catz you're gonna get is 150 bucks, and you're looking at upwards of $200-300 depending on what you got to get with it to make it work for the Rock Band Fender. So if Ubisoft is looking to make this product succeed, they got to come up with a decent price point to a market that's already been 5-6 years engrossed in Activision and Harmonix and in their games, and they're the newcomers as far as this is concerned. So I think we should look at it that way. As far as Michael Jackson experience goes, I know I haven't done a video on that yet. I'm getting to that. I promise I will get out there. I've been so slammed But I don't think we're going to hear anything new as far as that goes. Maybe some DLC. The only thing that I think that Ubisoft did wrong with this game is we have no way, as far as I have seen at this point, of downloading DLC into the Michael Jackson experience. There's tons of hundreds of other songs that the Michael Jackson has released that people would love to have in this game, but we haven't seen that yet. So as far as the rhythm gaming industry goes, I think that those are the two biggest names you got to look forward to this year. I haven't heard a lot about anybody else coming out with anything else. I do have some friends of mine who's going to be at the show that's going to be sending me information via however they want to send it, my cell phone, email, Twitter, whatever. So I'm going to be abreast of what's going on the floor as far as rhythm gaming is concerned. But, I expect Disney to come up with something they do every year, their karaoke games, things of that nature. But anything big and blockbustering, I'm not expecting that. I don't expect Activision to say anything about rhythm gaming. I think Activision for this part is done with that. So Harmonix, Ubisoft, the two people to look forward to for rhythm gaming. Moving on to a couple other things, let's talk about Xbox a little bit, what we are expecting to see. My Monday's going to be very busy. I got 3 shows. So like I said, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and then I'm going to be watching the WWDC, which is the Worldwide Developers Conference put on by Apple. But when it comes to Xbox, as we all know, if you have live, you've been paying attention, they're going to announce some type of Star Wars game for Connect tomorrow, which would be June 6th on Monday. Now, we were all told, if you're paying attention, that we should have gotten some kind of Star Wars Force Unleashed for the Kinect. But we hadn't heard a lot about it after Force Unleashed came out for just the regular consoles, Xbox and PS3 and Wii. So I'm expecting this to probably be Force Unleashed. And I think we're going to finally get to see some some footage of what that's going to look like, how we're going to control it with Kinect. I'm looking forward to this game, because I hope that the mechanics of this game is done better than what Harry Potter's game was for the Kinect. I like the game, I got the game for a present, but I think the mechanics for Kinect itself was kind of bad. It tracked right, but it just was off in some areas. So I'm hoping that the crew working on this game for Star Wars for the Kinect is going to do this a lot better. I don't know what else to expect from Xbox besides that. They have blockbuster announcements every year, but I don't know what else they have to announce right now. As I'm sure there's other games that's coming out, games that we already know that's probably going to be coming out. I'm sure they're probably going to come out a whole bunch of exclusives. But as far as systems go, I'm not looking for them to say anything about a brand new Xbox 360 or whatever you want to call them, 720s or whatever, because they just released a brand new Xbox last year. I think that Xbox coupled with Kinect, gotta turn my phone off. I think that coupled with Kinect is what the new system is going to be for a long period of time. Okay, so in my opinion, we just have to wait and find out what we're going to hear from the press conference come tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some more Gears of War footage that they've been talking about. And so on and so forth. So we'll pay attention to that. As far as Sony goes, gotta watch their conference. They're coming off of a bad spot of the year. As you guys all know, PSN was attacked, shut them down for going on 2 months. They're now rolled off at least their North American welcome back package. But it's going to be interesting to hear what the Sony bigwigs have to say to all of us when they take the stage for their press conference this week. As far as I'm concerned, I give them a little bit of slack because I do think that they did what they could to rectify this. There's going to be greedy people, but the things that they rolled out, I think, is more than enough. They are being sued. There's a law firm here in California that has already waived a class action suit, so they're not out of the woods yet. But it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to get out of the Sony press conference this year. Nintendo, I hope that Nintendo does their thing right and they go back to the current generation of gaming. And I think they're going to do that because we're going to probably see the unveiling of the brand new system that should take the place of the Wii. It is time that they come with a new system, and I hope that they now give it everything that it should have to compete with the two big boys, Xbox and PS3, if they want to keep this system afloat. So in short, that's what I think that we are in for the E3 2011. I will be back here every day to give you some updates. Now, if it comes out late, bear with me because some of this stuff is going to come out later at my time or earlier, and I got to shoot all that and so on and so forth and edit it and put it up. So depending on how fast I get the news, you may get a video like this. It may be a fancy video with some green screen footage. I don't know. Whatever I have time to do to push you guys out the information. Once again, as you can see, it takes a lot to stop your boy, and ESA and E3 staff couldn't do it this year to me neither, even though I'm sitting my butt at home. Also, I want you guys to check out some of my friends. You guys know I write for video game writers. My editor, Jason, and one of the writers, Jennifer, is at E3 this year, so please make sure you check out the videogamewriters.com link in the description. My other friend Chris K from Canada is also going to be over at E3 this year. Met him 3 years ago. Make sure you check out his site for all the news, www.eggplante.com. That's also in the description. We need you guys to support us, the little man, because it is us, the little men, that work our butts off, but the ESA decides they want to ban us. So make sure you support us, guys. Cena's Corner, EggPlante.com, Video Game Writers, and any other person that's considered to be the little person in this industry. Please give us some support. All right, guys, thank you for your time. We'll be back this week. I'm looking forward to it. So until next time, peace and love. Keep rocking out, and I'll call you, or I guess I won't call you, but I'll see you the next time. Peace out.